This is Randy Schaefer from Synchronicity Studio, AI Filmmaking 101, and this is a commentary for the Friday the 13th fan film. I actually made this the week of Friday the 13th, and I had basically a simple idea, which is I had about 3 days. I thought of the idea on Tuesday, and I thought, this is what I'm going to do. I have 15 prompts. I'm going to see if I can tell a short story in 13 of those prompts. So every day on VO, you get 5 prompts. If I have 3 days, that's 15 prompts. And that gave me 2 additional prompts. So if any of the 13 along the way got screwed up or something, I also had 2 additional prompts I could potentially use to swap in a scene that didn't quite work or something. But as it turned out, actually the final 2 prompts I ended up not using because they were useless footage of an axe hitting a tree, and everything about how it worked was really awkward and strange and wasn't in no way what I described, which was frustrating. Sometimes I will actually literally read the prompts to my wife and see if she can visualize what I have written there, just to make sure it's correct. And yeah, in this case, the final 2 prompts, an axe going into a tree, would just look really bad. And so the 13 prompts I made are what you see in the movie. They are, they all kind of came out a little bit on the flat side, and then with some editing and some, strategic cuts, they become effective. And they play sort of like a stilted 1980s Friday the 13th movie, which is, I was really shocked at how much the aesthetic actually matched. So right now I'm going to press play, and I'll just be talking over the short here. It's only a minute long. So this for opening bit here is, homage to the Friday the 13th Part 2, Harry Manfredini music from final chapter, which is great. A little shot of the boy. I had to zoom in and do some tracking. It's not perfect, but I was using phone software. I love this little old man. The boy here, that's actually his hand, and I had to zoom in to kind of fix it and make it look a little bit ominous and creepy. His shot was great, except for all the holes in his mask. Way too many, but that's probably a copyright thing. I love this shot. I thought this one shot came out really great. Really creepy. She did some weird things in that moment. This was really hard to get, actually. I tried different techniques. Didn't quite work. And there's Jason's mom with a neck. She's bolted her neck back on. Bolted her head back on, technically. Very creepy little homage to the first movie. This here, I almost swapped this one out, but I just sort of liked this guy's quality. He just felt like an authentic character. That's probably the best rendered shot in the whole thing. That was just amazing what he did there. This is sort of my Tommy Jarvis guy. He's sort of a homage to Tommy Jarvis. And then the final shot there of Jason falling to his doom. And this is this clip from the original movie, and then I added the glass crashing effect again. I just added a new sound effect there. We'll watch it one more time here. This is the camp counselor's great. This turned out really well. If I could probably swap anything out, it probably would have been this, but I just didn't have quite enough time on that one. Oh man, it's great. Yeah, that hand is really creepy. It's like kind of a leaf hand now. It's a bit of a new bit of mythos to the franchise. Is what actually brought him back? It's sort of a question I started asking. Why did he come back the way he came back?
What's his name?
This I actually tried to render with other things, but I couldn't really. I've not been very kind of unimpressed with Sora and VO2. VO3 really is where it's at, and nearly everything here is. Well, not nearly everything here is from VO3. I tried some things with Sora, and maybe I'll include them in the commentary here, so you can just see how absurd some of the stuff it would render for me. I was trying to get Jason to throw a machete or an axe at the camera, and he wouldn't do it. That's as close as I actually got with VO3 as well. Probably with a few more prompts, I may be able to get a little bit more. But again, VO3 is limited to 5 prompts a day, and then you're out, which is very limiting from a filmmaking standpoint, and it's very frustrating. So this is the commentary for Friday the 13th. This was a lot of fun to make, just to try to make a short in less than a week. That's high production and is about a minute long. It's actually a minute and 13. I made it a minute and 13 on purpose, and then I released it on Friday the 13th at like 12:13. A lot of fun, little things that I did there with the number 13. But again, I've pointed this out in previous commentaries. But if I were to put a minute-long short of this level quality together, it would cost me at minimum probably around $30,000. At max, it would probably now cost me closer to $1 million just to put something like this together. To get the sets, to get the costumes, to find the actors, everything, every piece and component. But here I could just whip it up in about 3 days and put it out there for people to enjoy. Able to add a little bit to the mythos of what Jason is by sort of suggesting the hand is something more ominous living in that woods, and that's the source of why Jason came back. I also love the added mythos of Pamela Voorhees being sort of a phantom or a ghost who's reattached her head and is maybe taunting people via dreams or something like that. So it's fun to be able to add a little bit of mythos, fun to pay homage to one of my favorite franchises of all time. And just absolutely a delight to be able to give a little bit of new Friday the 13th material for fans and add to the fan film community. So I thank you all for listening to this, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care.